And Tom joined... I've been rehired, thank you.
You're hired.
And Tom joined us now. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
So good to see you.
Here.
I was just admiring all your beautiful suits. You always look so good on television.
Well, that's very kind of you to
Double-breasted today.
Oh,
very
yes,
nice.
I've gone with the DB, just to
nice.
hide some
You're
Christmas.
very lovely.
Christmas,
Not at all. You look beautiful.
Thanks, everybody.
The Apprentice, You're Fired.
Yes.
It's a lovely show. Did you always, like, when they pitched it to you, were you always a fan of The Apprentice? Was it always something you wanted to do when they pitched it to you? Or
Yes, and what I like about The Apprentice is it's one of those shows, I think it still does this, where people sit around as a family or as housemates and they watch it together, largely just so they can comment on the people in it and sort of, you know, go, I could have done that. What are they doing? Oh, they're idiots. So I think it's a nice show like that because it brings people together. But doing the after show, we have a lot of fun on You're Fired, and we get to meet the candidates, obviously, and get to know them and show their human side.
I didn't realise they weren't allowed to have their telephones.
People don't realise.
I didn't know this.
It's an exclusive. It's an exclusive.
So that puts a lot more pressure on them. They can't just Google something.
They're not allowed to make it all totally fair. They can't do any research on the task around when they're actually doing the task. So it's very strictly controlled to make it fair between the teams and everything. So they can't just, like, we had one last week where the guy didn't know what TBSP stood for, which of course is tablespoon. But when you're under pressure, you go, I don't know what TBSP stands for. What does that mean? And normally we just Google everything.
The stress.
I know, the stress for them. It's terrible,
and then you've got a
isn't
group of people around you who probably don't want you to succeed that much.
Well, exactly. It's very competitive, and then it's being filmed, which, as we all know, makes everything much more stressful.
You've got Karen in the corner looking at you like this.
Yes, people shoving cameras in your face all the time. I can't even look at the right camera that's on me now. But that one. So it's very stressful for them. So we try and have a laugh and just sort of, show the human side, because I do think at least they have a go, those candidates.
The worst thing is you've got to perform by the end of it. You've got to perform. Can you kind of relate to that pressure of having to perform?
Alison, yeah, I mean, when I started, I was a stand-up for like 13 years before I did any television, but I used to find the pressure of doing stand-up, like I go to these clubs and, people just hated me. Because they'd be like these, like, really, like, quite aggressive, like, blokes on stag parties and stuff, sailors probably, and they'd all be there, and I'd come out and start talking about my mum's hostess trolley, and people would be absolutely furious. And so I had to sort of learn to deal with that pressure and find a way through.
No, but I think sometimes when well, obviously you're really good now, and I suppose you don't feel... Do you feel pressure still when you go out on tour?
I do a bit, because you want to do a good job,
yeah.
But, you try and... Someone told me once nerves are just the flip side of excitement, and I thought that's good advice, isn't it? That's good to try and see it in a positive way. But I do sometimes.
How long did it take you before you were comfortable on stage then? If you were going through these gigs where you would...
Probably like 14, 15 years of it. Yeah. Probably. I still have an anxiety to do it well, but now I can enjoy it a bit more. But back then, I was... Did
you ever go through periods of, like, this is just too much hassle?
Yes, about 14 or 15 years, yeah. But I just kept doing it, and then, if you keep going with something, it usually turns out right in the end.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. That's what I did.
So how does it make you feel when you get the royal seal of approval?
Well, I don't like to mention it.
HRA.
I don't like to mention it, really, but I did do the Raw Variety, sure. And apparently, I don't like to look at praise, see, but apparently their Royal Highnesses enjoyed it.
Well,
no, he didn't just enjoy it, did he?
You've made a complete meal out of it now, but I suppose we should take a look at it.
Humility is my middle name.
Let's take a look, Tom.
I'm not a robot. I promise I'm not a robot. OK, we'll give you another chance. Try and read this joined-up handwriting. Oh, I promise I'm not a robot. Please give me one last chance. OK, one last chance. Click on the box that says, I'm not a robot. OK, I click on the box. I promise I'm not a robot. Robots can't lie. I clicked on the box. Please, now, can I come on your Toaster website? Now you can come on our Toaster website. You go on the Toaster website, though, the first thing that happens is a pop-up comes up. It's this woman called Geraldine. She's got a sharp blonde bob and a headset on. She goes, hi, how can I help you? Geraldine's a blooming robot!
He's loving it!
He's crying
Maybe he was just really sad. I don't know. Maybe I just made him very emotional. I don't know. But they were very nice.
What was that skit? What were you doing?
That's from my new show, actually. It's on tour at the moment.
Oh, hello.
Is it not on your yellow pages there, Dermot?
Tom's coming into it completely. Continues until June.
Till June, yes. Going on till June, yes, absolutely. And
did a little bit of a road test with HRH.
Yeah. I had been doing a little. I've been on tour for a little while now, Dermot. But yes, that was very thrilling to do it for them, and they were very nice. They came around afterwards and said hello. hello, and they were such lovely people.
It
It made
obviously
everyone feel so
resonated
special.
with him, didn't
Well,
it?
well, you know, we're all frustrated by technology, aren't we? It is very,
very true.
annoying. So I try and make light of the things that stress us all out.
What I love about you, because obviously we did Bake Off, Extra Slice together, and your communication with other people and the way you communicate with others is just so good. You're so good with just people randomly.
Oh, thank you.
You're so good.
I just like talking, really.
Yeah.
And I think since I've learned to talk, apparently, I just went up. I'd always liked talking to older women, apparently. I just was, from the age of about 3, would just love to go and talk to older ladies. And in fact, I'd often get lost in the supermarket deliberately, just so I could hear my name called out on the tannoy. and also so I could talk to the people who work behind the customer service desk in the supermarket. So I don't know.
You're just interested in people.
Just interested in people.
I love that about you.
I mean, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Because I think we spend so long on our screens, scrolling and getting angry and, you know, worrying about things. And actually, when you talk to other people, you realise, actually, it's all right, isn't it? Everything's all right.
Do you love that for material for stand-up? Like, I read this lovely story about Larry Grayson where his parents had the only phone in the street.
Yeah.
And so people would come around and use their phone every day, pay his mum to use the phone, and he'd sit on the top of the stairs and just listen to women call their sons or husbands away, and that's where he got so much idea from, so much material from.
Yes, I suppose I probably used to elbow my way into my mum's coffee mornings and just, like, as a kid, just sit there and listen to them all talking about whatever personal problems they had going on. And I'd kind of just lap it up or probably jib in with my own advice on it. And I just sort of, I just kind of like that. I like kind of suburban normal life, really, even though, you know, maybe I dress a bit flamboyantly, but I'm actually very, very normal, very normal. My mother used to work in the Army and Navy, which was a department store, not the military.
Oh, what a wonderful story she was.
You know what Dermot's in Bake Off?
Yes, you're doing the stand-up to cancer one, aren't you?
Have you got any advice for him?
Oh, do you know what a tablespoon is?
Yes.
Great. Are you good at cooking under pressure?
Yes.
Can you use a weighing scales?
I believe so.
I don't know if it's enough, but have you...
We'll muddle through.
You'll muddle through. I mean,
you did well in Bake Off.
Well, I was brilliant, you're right. But, no, I didn't. I was terrible. And I do all these things with baking and cooking shows and stuff, and I think I would know something. Got there and knew absolutely nothing. No. And it's very stressful when you've got Prue Leith staring at you. People don't realise she's very terrifying.
She is the most pressured out of all of them.
Well, you could get caught on one of those necklaces or something. And
The Apprentice, You're Fired. Let me read my yellow sheet. The Apprentice, You're Fired airs 10 p.m, BBC 2 on Thursdays after The Apprentice.
Yes. Say it like you mean it, Dermot, not just like you... We're not in a meeting.
Oh, no, hang on, I'm going to sell this bit. And Tom's comedy store completely...
Yes, lovely. How long have you been a presenter for now?
Too long, but it's
too long. And people can apply if they want to be on the next series of The Apprentice. It is a great experience, I will say that. And they can go on the BBC website to do that. I'm looking down the barrel of the camera to say it. Go on the BBC website and apply to be on the next series of The Apprentice. That's how you do it, Dermot. You don't just read it off a piece of paper.
It's a lovely sell, that.
I'm a terrible guest, aren't I?
Tom.
Oh, thanks for having me.
No, you're the best
Thank you for this lovely view you've got here. It's so beautiful.
Stunning.
I know, by the River Thames. Gosh.
Eleanor joins us now. I am in. This looks so good. And you're with a bit of Leo. I mean,
Leo.
It's not a hard job, was it?
He's just the best, honestly. He's like the nicest guy. And yeah, he made my job very easy.
Did you see White Lotus? He was so good in White Lotus.
Yeah,
amazing.
he's an amazing actor. It's been... White Lotus hadn't come out when we started filming, so to sort of be there with him while that kind of madness happened was just really great.
Well, it's sort of living through that. When you do a show like Poldark and you spent so long doing it and it was such a massive hit, that must have been nice for you to be able to kind of, you know, see that experience and maybe guide him a little bit as well.
I wouldn't say I guided him, but
you know
yeah,
what I mean? Just to have that commonality.
Yeah, no, it's just really special, and he's become one of my best friends as well. So it's just it's kind of rare sometimes that happens. And
it's lovely when it happens.
Yeah, really, really lovely.
So for people that don't know this story, obviously, it's, like Alison said, it's based on the David Nicholls book, this incredible book, and then there's a movie adaptation as well in I think 2009. But if people aren't aware of the story, can you just give us a little bit of a background?
So it's basically two people that that meet on their last night of university, and then they go their separate ways, but their lives sort of remain intertwined, and then you see them, it spans 20 years, and it's the different people that come into their lives, but none of them are quite each other.
But you see it as the one, so it's always the 15th of July?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
so
St. Stephen's Day.
Right.
Yeah.
And your character comes a little bit later on. of course.
Yes, yeah. From about episode 9 onwards, I come in as his girlfriend and then his wife. And...
But maybe the audiences might not want you to be together with him.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's her biggest fault, is that she's just not Emma. So, yeah, nothing I can do about that. But...
Oh, it's so exciting to see. It's so good.
What's it like to be playing that character? To be playing the character that isn't necessarily the baddie, but, you know, isn't as in love with him as he is with her or so forth. You know, it's sort of...
I really enjoyed it. I think what was great is that in the book you kind of don't really get to know her that much, but in this adaptation, because it was for television, we had so much more time. So the character's really fleshed out a bit more, and I really wanted to make her sort of more real and relatable. I mean, she's still, you know, slightly tricky, and it becomes very clear that she's not the right woman for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really great to have kind of like more to play with the character, with the writing.
How many parts is it?
What, the series in total?
Yeah.
I think it's 15 and 14.
Oh, wow. So there's a big arc there, isn't there?
Yeah.
That's great.
Did you enjoy the fashion, though? Because we go back to the 80s, don't we? And I was an 80s baby. Did you enjoy the fashion?
Loved it. I'm not going to lie, the low-rise jean is terrifying. But it's, yeah, you know, it's... I'm pretty glad that it's... I mean, it's coming back now, isn't it? But I'll be a high-waisted girl, I think.
And it must be lovely when you sit down that first sort of script reading and you look around and, like we mentioned, Leo, but Amika Mod there as well.
Yeah.
You know, she's has this incredible
sensational
body of work, isn't she? With like, this is going to hurt. Must have been that. You must get that kind of frisk on that first chemistry read or whatever when you sit down. And everyone gets there.
Yeah.
And everyone has their little name behind the table or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, what's that day like?
That was amazing. There were a couple of days because we actually read through all of the episodes, which is quite rare.
What, on the read-through at the table?
Yeah, we had it over a couple of days. But to just meet them and to see them working together and to sort of know that it was going to be this massive hit and to just watch that nervous little twinkle that they had and then to see what they've made of it is just... I'm so proud of it. I think it's a really great show.
Yeah, great.
It really is.
Yeah.
And as we know, Poldark, we've got to talk about Poldark because that is what made you, made the Mauser. I didn't realise you're a natural blonde.
Yeah.
And it was your idea to become a redhead.
Yeah, I wanted to make her kind of fiery and, you know...
What made you... Did you want to always be a redhead or did you just think that character needed it?
Purely just that character. I was kind of thinking about her and how best to get into it and I really wanted to, you know, change myself up a bit. And so, yeah, I was like, let's go for a redhead.
Oh, you're stuck with it now. I mean,
yeah, if I went blonde, I'd never work again. Yeah.
And I heard about your accents, though. You're very good with accents, because obviously we've seen Mauser. She's brilliant. Well, I've heard that you're not very good at the Brummie accent. Why is that? And when did you realise that you wasn't any good?
During the Peaky Blinders audition.
Stop it.
Yeah, which was very short, as will this conversation about accents.
Did you not give me... Why did you not give me a call?
I should have
given you some coaching.
I should have done. Yeah, absolutely.
And what was it? Like, were you literally in the audition?
Yeah, and they actually said, oh, you really can't do the accent, can you? I was like, thanks, no.
I'm trying really hard.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah.
And had you done some, like, just kitchen preparation, like listening to...
I had tortured myself just watching Alison Hammond videos the entire time.
People need to do a Brum accent. What would be your advice? What would be your tips?
I mean, do you want me to give you a little bit of a coaching right now?
Yes.
No, the next part could be around the corner.
Okay, I want you to say, I'm just going down the road.
Yeah. If I say that, I will never work
All you're going to
again.
say is, I'm just going down the road. Can you say that?
No.
I'm just going down the road.
That is not coaching. That's just our
You
thing.
say it first,
This is, I'm
Dermot.
coaching
Help me
her.
out.
Yeah.
I'm coaching
I want to
her.
help too. I'm just
coaching
going
her.
down the road.
Just going
to
down.
see Dermot O'Leary.
See Dermot O'Leary.
Absolutely not.
I am actually pushing my Birmingham accent because I've actually modified my accent a little bit. I'm pushing it a little bit. I'm just going down the road to see Dermot O'Leary.
Good for you. I hope he's well. That's great.
And then we have to talk about
I'm
Outlaws as
feeling
well.
that
because
you're
not
never
only,
going to do that.
Like, it's such a great show, Steve Merchant's Outlaws. It's like, it's really lovely comedy. Lovely to see a different side of you. Also, and everyone thought this during the first series, they got Christopher Walken to be in the show.
I know. Madness. But how amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
And how was he... Because with Walken, you must sit down at lunch and just go... Talk, just like, just let's soak it all up, listen to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, my first lunch with him, I was literally sat there like, Oh my gosh, it's Christopher Walken. But I mean, he's so lovely and he's just so full of these kind of bonkers stories, you know. Suddenly he's doing an impression of Marlon Brando and he's like the most impersonated actor. Anyway, don't ask me to do Christopher Walken.
In a very accent.
Yeah. It was wonderful. Just what a great experience to work with him and just to be a part of Stephen's team.
It's a lovely,
really
she's got a lovely
great.
vibe to that whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ellen, it's wonderful watching your career flourish. It
Thank
really is.
you.
It's so nice. The full series of One Day is available now on Netflix.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Thank you so
Ellen.
much for joining us.
Our lovely Bear's with us. She says none of that's possible without a bit of brain fuel, and he's here now. Hiya, Bear.
Nice to see you.
So nice to see you.
We're normally seeing Action Bear all the time, but this is a very different mission, isn't it? Tell us all about it.
Well, it's designed for young people. It's called Mind Fuel. I think, as you guys know, there is so much uncertainty for young people out there at the moment, and mental health is something that all of us need to do whatever we can to try and be on the front foot in life. You know, I call it mental fitness because it's something we can build and we can do something to help ourselves with. So this is written for young people, so they're ready for the challenges of life that, as you know, they're going to come at us. They do come at us. And I think young people are facing, you know, it's that mix of climate change and you know, coming out of COVID stuff and war. And, you know, it's like they've never experienced such a fast change of life. And it's hard to feel totally prepared for that. And I think school does a good job, but they're on the back foot trying to teach stuff.
Yeah.
But actually teaching the life skills, so how you can be mentally strong for the storms that all of us go through. And that's what Mind Fuel Young Explorer is about. Simple, relevant, practical things that young people can do to be mentally strong.
The thing is, I guess when we were kids, you were sort of shielded from it because it wasn't as accessible, it wasn't as available. Like, I remember I'd go home and I'd get a glimpse of the news at 6 o'clock. My parents were watching it, or I'd hear it on the radio. But for the most part, you could live your life in a kind of, you kind of a little bit of a bubble in the back when you were kids, which is what children should.
But in a way, that's kind of how, you know, it was a natural way, wasn't it? And it meant as you're exposed to challenges, it's not all at once.
No.
But I think social media and stuff and many other things make it all so immediate.
Yeah.
And, you know, we tend to read the horror stories in the newspapers, but my experience as Chief Scout is young people are actually incredibly smart, incredibly resilient, but they want resources, they want tools that are practical and that can help them.
How do you stay in tune with the youngsters as well? Because I know you're approaching the Big 5-0 very shortly. How do you know what the word on the street? I know you're an ambassador of the Scouts, but do you think it's through your kids as well, the fact that you've got teenagers?
Well, 3 teenagers definitely keeps you honest. In fact, our eldest now is just 20, so he's out of teenage years. But, you know, I think parenthood full stop is challenging.
Yeah.
But if you think parenthood is challenging, try be the teenager now. I think that's a really challenging one. And all of us as parents, we want to do stuff that just helps and resources young people. And like I say, as Chief Scout, I see that close up every day.
Yeah.
You know, is on one hand, kids are smart and they are adapting, but on the other hand, it's like life is a million miles an hour. And, you know, I think in many ways you often leave school a bit on the back foot, you know, a bit not quite prepared, as the Scouts say. You want to be prepared.
Yeah.
So Mind Fuel is designed to help prepare young people for those storms.
I mean, I just read this stat this morning. 1 in 6 5 to 16-year-olds, this is from 2021, is kind of experienced some kind of mental health problems. You give them some specific tips about overcoming anxiety. One of the ones that I took was routine, which is really interesting. Can you talk us through a bit of that?
I like that. All of these things are simple building blocks, but I think having a routine in life, whatever it is, gives you a structure, doesn't it, for the day? It might be like, OK, I'm gonna, you know, go to school and then, but actually, instead of just sitting around my phone afterwards, I'm gonna go for a fast walk with a dog, 15 minutes, you know, twice, 3 times a week, or whatever it is. Build your structure. But a lot of it's things like, you know, spend more time outdoors. I mean, I know it sounds obvious, but unless you consciously do it, you end up spending all your time indoors under these sort of lights, and it's, you know, school lights, and actually we're designed, nature wants to heal us. When you walk with a friend outside, maybe it's getting off the bus to stop early, and walking the last 10 minutes to school with a friend. You know, the act of being outside in fresh air, taking exercise,
Vitamin D.
talking to a friend, getting the vitamin D.
So true.
You know, simple things like that.
I read in your book as well the fact that you should just make your bed every day.
Well,
do that simple thing.
I love that. And again, you know, it's simple things, but
Yeah.
it's something that means you start on the front foot of the day. Like, I made it good. This is going to be a great day. And things like set yourself some goals, some targets, and then give yourself permission to fail. Just go, you know, I'm going to go for that thing. There's a strong likelihood we're not going to do it, but that's okay. So it's like you develop this resilience and ability to bounce back from failures that, again, young people don't get a lot of time in school. It's like, oh, I don't want to go for that in case I don't get it. But if you, like, say, set the goals, accept that you're going to fail a bit, and then keep going, and, like, each failure is a stepping stone to the good stuff. So all of this stuff is simple. The one I really like is be the most enthusiastic person you know. My dad used to say that. He said, you don't have to be the cleverest, luckily, the sportiest or the biggest or strongest. You don't have to win at everything. But if you turn up on time looking smart with a really enthusiastic attitude...
That's so true.
That's what I love about you as well, Bear. I mean, you know, you've been through quite a lot. You lost your dad quite young, and he was a big hero of yours. You know, you had your accident, parachuting, and then you got up and climbed Everest off the back of it. Where did you find that fortitude? How did you...
I think you cling to simple things. You know, and something like that, of like, I'm going to choose, like putting on my shirt in the morning, I'm going to put on a really enthusiastic attitude and do my best. You know, it's that Scout thing of do your best. It's not be the best, it's do your best. There's a power to those simple things, and they're the lessons that always historically our grandparents and our parents would spend time and you'd pass on, and that does still happen, but sometimes the pace of life just runs away and we miss some of these simple lessons. And I mean, you know, Dermot, you're a dad, and it's these simple things have power, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I've just started out on my journey, and I'm not just saying this, but if I do half a job that she's done, then I'll be
So
very...
tell me about your children, Alison.
I've only got the one.
Yeah.
He's 18 now.
Well, there you go. Well,
Sorry, he's 19 now. I do apologise. It was our birthday. We shared at the same birthday. But yeah,
so fun.
Do you know what? He's totally... He's on it. His mind is on it, and everything that you're saying, I see in my son. So
Yeah, but he's got that probably from you.
Maybe.
You know, it's like,
maybe.
What do they say? Parenthood. Example, example, example.
I think he's better than me, though. For some reason,
But, I mean, that's almost
that's
what
what
you
I
want.
wanted. Exactly. I think his mind is better than mine. Everything. He's amazing.
Bear, it's so nice
What's
to...
his name?
Aidan.
Awesome. Aiden, come on.
He's a great lad.
What a mum you got.
Thanks, Bear. It's lovely to get you on the couch and just talk about something different as well. You know, it's brilliant. It's Mind Fuel for Young Explorers, Simple Ways to Build Mental Resilience by Bear is out now. Thanks, Bear.
Thank you.
And Anastasia joins us now. Hello again.
Hello.
Or should we say
to see
good?
I got a little pork in my tooth.
Are you a meat
Should we
eater now?
say-
You know, if he's cooking for me, I might just have to convert.
Or should we say Guten Tag, Anastasia?
Oh, yes, that's exactly what that song is called. Very good. Are you learning your German for me?
Yeah.
He's fluent.
Specifically for you. So, listen, the last song we heard there is a brand new single, Now or Never. So tell us all about how did this whole German thing come about?
This was an interesting... someone came to me and said, I would love you to translate all these German songs to English. And I said, no, I don't think that's... I don't think that's
you're like,
a good
why?
idea. Yeah, I'm like, does Germany really need that? Is that a missing link in their section? I was like, I don't know if that is their desire. But I started to warm up to the fact, and I said, I'll just go for it. Let's try. And a really famous band in Germany decided to translate their own song, give it to me. He's half English, so he sang it. Little did I know it was him. He's punk, it's great, called Best Days. And then I started to go, okay, I'm gonna translate some songs, and realized it's impossible to do. But I did learn, and I struggled through it, and Now or Never I wrote the words to. I wrote the words to about 8, 9 of the songs on the album.
Right.
And
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't speak German.
No.
So how do you know which song you wanted to translate? Where do you go from?
Well, I didn't know. I went with the only technique I had, which was, as a writer myself, I start with melody. So I just listened to songs melody. I had no idea what it was saying or what the words were, but I was like, do I like the verse melody? Do I like the chorus? Okay, I could deal with that. I'd put them in a category, and then I'd say, well, what is it saying? And I was like, okay, that's out. I'm not going to say that. That's out. And eventually came with a group of songs that I said, all right, let me translate them.
What a challenge.
And Google is fired, because it is not my friend. It did not help at all.
Google Translate?
Yeah.
It's no good.
Ooh, me no like it. Yeah. So that did not work very well. But I think through the process of hiring a professor to sort of say, this is what the song means, I said, okay. And then you have to put the right syllables in there with the right... yeah, it's hard, but it sounds easy. It sounds really easy on the ear now.
So it's all about the beats, really?
It's really all about the melody.
If the beats connected with you.
Yeah, and when you listen to the album, it sounds like they're my songs. And because I wrote the words, so I use the metaphors that would be something I would say in that phrase that they used, because everything's backwards, you know, and it just doesn't translate to an easy sentence. So I have the word roller coaster in the song. In fact, the song is called Here and Now, if you translated it right. But I was like, here and now. No, that's not good. So I just decided to swap it a little bit. Now or never. I love the 2 alliterations, and it's cool.
So then do you have to go back to the original artists?
Yeah, you have to get approvals from them.
Is that OK if I do this?
Yeah, but they didn't have the record companies didn't have even a section of their places that were like, we don't have someone that approves that. No one's ever wanted to translate certain songs. And I'm like, oh, bummer. So you had to go to the artist. You know, you had to find the artist that wrote it, or you had to pick another song.
I think this is going to take off, especially in Germany. Germany's going to love it.
Well,
they love you already, don't they?
Thank God. It was, I didn't know what would happen, but it's been a tremendous success.
Really?
We've been on the charts. We're #1, we're #2 each week, and on and off, and
congratulations.
Has it always been a happy home
gold.
for you in Germany? Have you always had a good fan base there?
I have a very good fan base there, but this was not. I thought this would be a career breaker.
Yeah.
Not a career maker.
Yeah.
So I'm very surprised that it's taken off so well, and it was so fun to do. After I realized that, take off the stress from translating and just get back into what it's like to write a song. And then it was fun.
Well, we wanted to play a little game with you because obviously we wanted to test your German, or we wanted to help your German.
Oh, OK,
more
because
than
you
anything.
know so much.
Yeah, because
because you're experts
well,
now.
I'll be honest with you, Dermot is fluent with the words, but I'm not fluent, but I will try for you.
Das ist gut, ja.
So we're about to play a little game. Are you ready to play the game,
I'm so ready
Anastasia?
to play a game and
Very
fail.
excited about the title for this. Take a look. It's determined das German.
Oh, you know how much that cost. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
So we're going to show you a German word, and all you need to do is guess what it means in English.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
All right.
You ready?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
First up, Krapfen. It says right
It's in the plasma there, you go.
Any
That
idea
might
what
help
crap-
you.
I would guess that. I don't know. I like a.
Anything broadcastable you can say that.
No, I don't want to say what I think.
Everything that we've done is broadcastable.
Yeah, don't worry.
Oh,
So it's not...
cafe.
Wow,
Ooh,
interesting.
cafe.
No, found in a cafe. It is, in fact, a jelly-filled donut.
Oh, okay.
Krapfen.
All
There we
right.
go.
Well, I know they sell it in a cafe.
There you go. And the next one,
I've seen it.
She's practically fluent. She's there.
this is your next one. It is fart.
That I know. Fart means exit.
No, it doesn't actually.
wait.
It means... Do you want to have another go?
Who's gonna fart you home tonight? Bit of clue for you.
What?
Who's gonna fart you home?
Fart you home. Take you home?
No, it's drive.
Oh,
It's
shoot, I don't
drive.
even like.
What?
Fart means drive. Let's go for a fart.
It's very interesting that
Here's an interesting one. Schmuck.
Well, I mean, I know what that is.
Well,
That's
yeah,
like
but you'd think.
it's not
I
that
think
in
that's the
German.
Yiddish, so I think the German might be slightly
no,
different.
in German, schmuck is not like a bad person. Schmuck is something underneath, like stuff underneath your shoe. No?
You really
Oh my
don't
God.
speak German
I'm
at
telling
all,
you,
do
my
you?
album's amazing. I
Take a look at the
promise you.
answer.
I promise you. That's
It
why
is-
It means jewellery.
Jewellery.
You're
course
wearing a
it
lot of
does.
schmuck.
I don't even know what schmuck is.
Go on, do the last one.
Oh my God, I'm failing at all.
I think we're going to leave it there anyway because I
Okay.
think you're just
Do one
not doing
more.
very. She's
Well,
not
you
going to
know,
win
that's
it.
why,
But it's just a
that's
nice
why
word.
I translated that to English because I wouldn't have been able to sing them.
Okay, this was the last one. It stinks. Stifle.
Stink Stiefel.
Stink
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 stifle.
Stiefel. Stink
Stink
Stiefel. I can
stifle.
say them, but
So you're good at saying
Stink
them.
Stiefel.
Any ideas what it means?
Go with the syllables. So the first one. Say what you see.
Stiefel. Stinsky Stiefel. Eiffel Tower.
Reveal. It means.
means a
Smelly boots.
Smelly boots, like the Eiffel Tower it is.
It's a smelly boot.
It's a smelly boot, people.
There you go. That was a good game, wasn't it?
Good, loved it.
I really have not proved anything about exactly why did I decide to do a translation album, because I only know how to speak English.
But are you going over? Are you touring it over there? Or
Oh my!
what's
I'm doing stadiums this summer. Yeah, it's great.
Can you believe you've been in the biz for 24 years, babes?
Frickin' no.
It's unbelievable.
I'm still in shock.
And you've got a whole group of new fans now.
I do, and all my clothes are current.
Yes.
Which is the best part. I can pull from my own closet. I don't need a stylist.
Well, honestly, you get younger every day. We're very excited about your new album. There it is.
Bigger glasses.
Let's get it. Let's get the closer.
Front and centre.
There
And
it
Steve's
is.
new album, Our Songs.
It was so
songs.
fun to design, too.
It's
I was
available now.
part of everything.
Very
See,
young.
I'm a dog mom.
Oh.
Thank you.
Now, he ruled the charts in the 80s, selling 25 million albums as the lead singer of Spandau Ballet.
Yeah, 4 decades on. Tony Hadley's schedule is just as jam-packed as it was then, with a brand new album and a busy run of summer festivals and a tour coming up. And he's joining us now. Tony!
Can't get rid of me,
So
can you?
good to see you. We don't want to get rid of you.
Coming back, you know. How many years? It's a
4
long
decades.
time.
Can you even believe it? 4 decades. You look exactly the same.
Well, you're
You
very
sound the
kind.
same
You're
too.
very kind. But yeah, I mean, it's 43 years,
Wow.
which is incredible. And funny enough, it's sort of someone phoned me up the other day because Live Aid is, I think, 40 years as well. It's coming up for 40 years, and you don't realise how quickly the time goes by. My eldest son is going to be 40 on the 16th of 40. My
Unbelievable.
Tom's going to be 40 on the 16th of February.
Yeah.
And my youngest was 12 yesterday, my little Genevieve. So it's a big expanse. I love what I do.
Yeah.
I'm very, very lucky. And I think when you start off in this business, as you know, it's a dream. You hope that you can carry on the dream and get paid for it as well and be doing it for the rest of your life. Because, as I say to people, I'm not remotely qualified for anything else, as my wife would
Just as well.
testify.
Just your wife would tell you.
Do you feel like you appreciate it more now, though? Because back in the day, you're in the throes
Yeah.
of stardom and everything, that bubble. Do you feel like you enjoy it more now?
I think so, yeah. I try and appreciate the whole fact that I'm still doing it, I'm still loving it as much as possible. I mean, you know, when you're 20 and you've signed your record deal and everything else, you're doing Top of the Pops, it's relentless.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, times are busy now, but when you're sort of a young pop band, it's like ding, 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 and you just don't stop. And to be honest, you don't really stop to savour the moment.
No.
And people ask me now, what did you do back in there? I ain't got a clue. Can you tell me what I did? I don't know.
That documentary a few years ago, Soul Boys, was such a
Yeah.
Soul Boys of the West was such a brilliant
Yeah.
story. Because,
yeah.
like, it's not really only about being a band in the 80s. It's about the fact you guys were playing in the bombed-out sites in the Second World War. You're all London boys.
Yeah.
And then you grow up and you go to the Blitz Club and all these unbelievable artists like Boy George
is.
and Steve Strange. Like, everyone's in the Blitz Club. I mean, where you guys have come from is extraordinary.
I suppose it is, really. I mean, and also you've got to remember we came from a period of time, it was post-punk. You know, London was really gritty. I mean, Soho back in 77, 78, you know, it was a bit of dodge walking around there. But there was this whole kind of new movement, youth was great, there was a feeling of optimism, which I think we're sadly lacking in the country today. But you know, young people thinking we can do anything we want. And then there was the whole fashion element as well.
Yeah.
But also no social media, no TikTok,
Those were the
no
days.
Snapchat. It was just literally word of mouth and there was a good feeling. There was the Durani's in Birmingham, the Spandau down here, Depeche, Basildon, Human League in Sheffield. So there was this whole kind of movement around the country that was all sort of coming together. It was a good, fun time, yeah.
Oh, so exciting. The music that came out of it, so, like, you know, stands the test
Yeah.
of time as well. So let's talk about this. I can't believe it's taken you this long to do a swing album.
Well, I did do one years ago, but I don't think I ever properly released it. I sort of just floated it out.
Yeah.
It was called Passing Strangers. I'm very proud of it. And so what we've done with this is the first time I've released it on vinyl. So we've taken my favourite tracks from Passing Strangers, remastered, and then some songs that we were doing live that we never ever got round to recording.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of sort of my favourite songs, really.
Is that your
So
dog?
it's the mood you're in.
Is that your dog?
That's not my dog, no, it's Craig who's the dog. Oh, it's his dog.
Oh,
It's a
nice
beautiful
dog.
This
I've
looks
got a little
great.
miniature wide-haired Dachshund, so they're not as big as that dog. And I don't play the double bass, but hey, but it looks good in a picture.
Tell me, we have to talk about you and Michael McIntyre, because it was just
so good.
so
Everybody
funny.
saw that.
Just shows how on it you are. Like, you put a microphone, music, and you're there.
Well, it was really fun, because I'm going along in the cab and, you know, and he's chatting away. You know what cab drivers are like. And I thought, something's afoot here.
Really?
But when I walked into the supposed dental place, which I thought I was meant to be an ambassador of, and they sort of sat me on the chair, and I said to them, "You're the three best-looking dental nurses I've ever seen in my life." And then when she went, ha, 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 I was like, what? And when that
It was
flat
so
came
funny.
down, it was really loud. And the audience were quite amazing. I think there's one bit where I put my hand over there and, you know, good job I covered.
Look at him with the apron on.
I hope I haven't got the same jacket. I hope I've got a different jacket.
Is it the same
I
one?
really must buy some new jackets.
So good.
It
But
was so
brilliant.
good.
But I remember being, because I hadn't warmed up or anything, being really thirsty. So when Michael said, "Oh, can we have another song?" Literally, Adam, our keyboard player, just grabbed his bottle of water and drank the water, and then the guy
Yeah,
gave
because
me
normally
the
you'd have to warm up before something like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You sounded beautiful.
Yeah, I normally do. I do. And I say to all young singers, make sure you warm up 30, 40 minutes before you go on stage. It really is invaluable. It's a
And
great
March, you're going on tour?
thing.
This is very exciting.
Well, I mean, very, very briefly, Ronnie Scott's orchestra asked me to do the Cheltenham Jazz Festival back last summer. Fantastic, what a privilege. And it was amazing. Very nervous. I hadn't done the swing thing for a while. But that sort of prompted me to sort of, you know, go and do a swing tour again. So we're doing that in March, all around the country. Vinyl, coloured vinyl as well. It's just
lovely.
brilliant. I love vinyl. And so that's out. And, yeah...
And then I saw you on the piano room, the Radio 2 piano. It's such a lovely thing we're doing, isn't it?
Oh, that was great with Vernon.
Yeah. It's a
he was so
BBC
cool.
concert orchestra. It's so
I
beautiful.
haven't seen any of this footage.
It's
Really
gorgeous.
nice. This must be so wonderful to perform with that orchestra as well.
Performing with an orchestra is, I think, always the best thing for a singer. I've been lucky enough to play with orchestras all over the world. But they were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was just so lovely. And the setting was great. The lights
Gorgeous
were
in the
good.
Maida Vale as well.
Make a bit of Vaseline on the lens these days, and I'm happy.
Always does wonders. Tony, thanks so much. The mood I'm in,
Oh,
Tony,
no.
is out now.
Good
The
to see
tour.
you guys.
Congratulations
Thank you,
on
mate.
everything.
21 years old, our next guest's life changed forever when she attended a party at the Playboy Mansion.
Hugh Hefner, then in his 80s and a millionaire mogul, handpicked Crystal out from the crowd to become one of his infamous girlfriends, to travel the world and attend star-studded parties.
Yeah, they officially tied the knot in 2012 and remained, what looked like, in a glamorous marriage until his death almost 5 years later.
But all was not as it seemed. Crystal has now released a tell-all book on what life was really like, and she joins us now. Welcome to the show. Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for
having
coming.
Nice to meet you.
Here's the book, Only Say Good Things, by Crystal. But you've broken that rule now, haven't you? Because it's not all good things in this book.
Yes.
How do you feel about breaking that promise to her now?
I made a promise to have later in his life that I would only say good things about him when he was gone. He put me on the board of his foundation, and once I left the mansion, I went into therapy for about 5 years, and I realized that the place messed me up more than I thought it did. So I think, you know, it's time to tell the truth and tell people really what went on there.
Do you still have conflicting feelings and emotions for your time there and him?
Yeah, it's still conflicted, for sure.
Yeah. In what way? So, I mean, because obviously you had a relationship, you were married to him, and I think you were his carer for 3 years as well.
Yeah, in a way, I felt sorry for him. When I was there, I felt sorry for him. And ever since I knew him, it's like he was a kind of a lost little boy that
created this lifestyle to maybe help his inner wounds, but it never helped. And yeah, he was sad.
Did he ever open up about things like that with you? Like, did he ever talk about why he ended up where he ended up?
He told me that he didn't really get love as a child, and a lot of the girls he liked didn't like him back. So I think that was his way to prove them all wrong or get back at people. I'm not really sure. I like to dive into psychology, and so I wanted to do that in the book. Try and understand how I ended up there and how he ended up in that position.
Well, let's talk about how you ended up there. How did it all start? How did it all come about? How did you even get in contact with Hefner?
Yeah, I'd never even seen or met a celebrity in my life. My friend asked me if I wanted to submit a photo to go to the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I'd ever be picked, but I was. And so we went up there Halloween 2008, and we saw a group of people. We assumed, like, that's Hef, and went over to the cabana, and I met him. It was crazy.
And he locked eyes on you straight away, didn't he? He made a beeline straight for you.
Yes, and I remember looking behind me. I'm like, it's me? Yeah, I felt chosen.
Did you feel special?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt very special.
So how soon was you living in the mansion?
After that weekend, I went...
No way.
Yeah, I went back home, and he called me and asked me to move in.
And how did that conversation go? 'Cause,
right?
Like, what did he say? Like, do you want to come and move in with lots of other girls and live in my mansion?
Basically.
Wow.
It was on a voicemail, too, so it's very interesting. So I moved in with the twins, so it was myself and the twins there, and they were only 19.
And how did you feel when you were asked? Were you intoxicated by it? Were you excited by it? Did you have any kind of second thoughts or trepidations moving in?
This was a time where Playboy was more powerful and people idolized Hef. My role models growing up were Pamela Anderson and Carmen Electra and Jenny McCarthy. They were all in Playboy. And I opened the pages of the magazine and thought, oh, these women are so beautiful. They have the world at their feet. And so I thought it was a powerful, great thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
And what was the lifestyle like? Was it glamorous? Was it champagne? Was it parties? What did you get everything that you wanted out of it?
There were a lot of beautiful parties, but I realized early on that most of it's for show, and there wasn't much freedom. I ended up feeling very trapped there. Things changed pretty fast.
Well, the thing is, sorry, it's so interesting because you was an adult at the time. Some people might say, why didn't you just leave?
Yeah, I think back at that, and when I was 21, I felt like such an adult, but I wasn't, and now I'm 37 and thinking about myself at 21, like I was such a baby.
Yeah.
I was so impressionable, and it's hard. Your brain doesn't really form fully for judgment until your late 20s. So.
Do you think you got institutionalised quite early? Like, you just, because, like Alison said, you could have left, but you did. In fact, you did leave when you went back. So do you think you were institutionalised by the whole thing, or you just didn't know any different?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, Hef would tell me things like, dye your roots, or wear the right color, wear the flag, which is the Playboy logo, and he told me I was gaining weight, and so I just thought, oh, I'm slipping. I need to be the best I can be for him and for this place. And at first, I was like, I'm going to be the best I can be. But thinking about it now, I'm like, that was miserable, and I was controlled.
How long do you think it took before you realised this?
Within the first year.
Oh, wow.
Definitely within the first year, yeah.
And do you realise this with the other girls? Do you talk with the other girls? Are you good friends with the other girls?
I think Hef ingrained in us on a cellular level to despise each other. So I'm trying to still be friends with the girls. I'm trying to be friends with Holly and Bridget.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I feel if we met somewhere, like at a restaurant or anywhere else, we'd be friends.
It's so interesting that there was those strong women and you didn't come together and say, this isn't right. What sort of things did you notice? Because I know you talk in the book about the house was quite damp.
Yes. I got very sick, and we had the house checked for mold, and there was toxic mold everywhere.
Really?
It ended up being like a $2 million remediation at the house, and it's bad. It was very bad.
But you eventually married him. I mean, you did pull out of the... I don't know why you pulled out, but was it due to the fact that he was earning a lot of money and you wasn't getting any of it?
Yeah. When we were getting married, he was filming a show called Marrying Hef, and I was expected to be part of the show. My talent fee was $2,500, and I found out that he was making $800,000 per episode.
Did you have that conversation with him, or is that not the sort of...
Yeah, he handed me the release, and I said, oh, this isn't very fair. And I remember him asking me, oh, what are you in this for? And it gave me PTSD to all the interview questions. I was a low-hanging fruit. People would ask me horrible questions, and that was one of the reasons I left.
Krista, what do you want people to take from this book? Like, obviously, this has helped you a lot, like getting over your experiences, but what do you want people to take from it?
I think it's bigger than a tell-all. I think it's an important message about self-worth, loving yourself, because I think if you have value on yourself and self-importance and self-worth, then you don't let people dictate that for you and take that away.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you
Krista.
so much.
Say all the good
Thank
things.
you.
Surviving the Playboy by Finding Yourself, Krista Hefner is out now.
It's getting a little spooky in here because there's a new arrival in the neighbourhood.
Oh, we have blown the budget today on
It's getting
that.
cold.
Yes, the West End is welcoming the creepy, creepy and mysterious Addams family to the Palladium for a very special concert.
And we're so lucky to be joined by the new matriarch of darkness, the wonderful Michelle Visage. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. I'm very excited about this. The Addams Family musical in concert.
Yes.
Not very many performances, though. I'm a little bit disappointed. How many in all?
3 in total.
A little taster to see what might come.
A little taster.
That's it.
That's what I'm
That is
thinking.
it.
So how does it work, the Addams Family musical in concert?
What you mean, how does it work?
Well, like...
we get up there, we actually sing, we dance.
songs, or is there a good storyline, or, like...
You basically, here's a little secret, you're basically getting the entire show. The only thing that's missing are huge set pieces. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
We had to learn the entire book, every dance move, all the blocking, all the songs, all the costuming, all the hair and makeup, it's there. It is so good.
What a great role for you, Morticia.
Morticia is the best. And this isn't the first time you've done Morticia.
It's not.
I remember that Strictly performance.
Do you?
I do. It was beautiful with our Giovanni. There it is.
Little foxtrot.
So do you reckon this was the inspiration and you thought, you know what, one day I'm going to be in a musical?
Do you know, my whole life, I've been inspired by Morticia. I grew up... The original TV show was in the 60s. It was before my time, but growing up in America... Carolyn Jones. Was always on. And Morticia always had something that I loved and related to. So it was kind of like a manifestation.
We always had it, like, do you remember? It would always be on a sort of morning, wouldn't it? They'd used to, like, the black and white
so good.
And it was
There she is.
so great, wasn't she?
Look at her. Look at her.
And your daughter was absolutely freaked out with the fact that who you're working with. How freaked out was she?
Ramin Karimloo is my Gomez, and he is just a legend, a Broadway legend, a West End legend. And my daughter Lily, I said, my Gomez is apparently a big deal in the Phantom of the Opera world, which is Lily's favourite show. I didn't know anything about it, and like told Lily, and Lily said, shut up. Booked a flight immediately, has never come to see one. My child is as queer as they come, does not care about what I do. And when I said I was working with Ramin, booked a flight.
That's it.
Yep, is there.
She's in.
So you need to do everything with him now. And
Exactly.
You'll see your daughter.
Thank you very much. Yes,
And Leslie Joseph.
Yeah, you
Grandmama.
manifested her, didn't you?
We always wanted to play mother and daughter, and when she got the role and I didn't know, she texted me, well, guess I'm playing your mother. And she is brilliant.
I'd say so.
Brilliant.
She's so good, isn't she? She's so game as well, Leslie.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
totally.
The whole cast.
Now, there is a 4-minute tango. Wow. So are you bringing some of your Strictly skills to the musical?
I mean, I like to think so.
Can you even remember anything?
From Strictly?
Yeah.
This is not
Can
a lie.
you remember something?
No word of a lie. I have danced once a week since I've left the show.
Are you serious? Because they say keep dancing, and you actually have.
I actually have.
What do? Do you go and meet up with Giovanni or something?
No, he does not want to dance with me. Absolutely not. He's doing his own tour. I have a teacher that I meet once a week.
Are you serious?
2-hour class.
Such a nice thing to do.
And I found it.
That's
I loved
lovely.
it. And to be in this prime of my life wanting to learn something new.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So important as well.
I love it. So I do a little Latin.
So what do you... I was going to say, what do you sort of change it up every week, or do you always do Latin?
Every week. It's mostly Latin. People don't like to do standard, and I love doing standard, like that foxtrot, but mostly it's cha-cha, rumba, samba, all the things that keep us limber. And I get to bring that to Morticia in the tango.
4-minute tango.
4-minute tango. On Strictly, it's a minute, minute and a half. And this is 4 minutes. And by the end of it, we are feeling
I bet you're
it.
absolutely
100%, yeah. But it's gorgeous and it's fun and it's fiery and dynamic.
Talking to Giovanni, we've got to tackle these rumours that he's quite a strict mentor.
Okay.
What would you say on the situation with regards to
I don't like gossip, so I'm not here to gossip. But what I can say from my experience was, yes, he's tough. He's probably the toughest pro there is. I wanted that.
Yeah.
So it depends. Some people can handle that.
Right, it's all about putting the right person with the right person.
That's it. Some people don't want to handle that. I wanted that. We fought every day, and it was for good reason, because we got to where we wanted to be. We looked beautiful together.
You did.
So I want to teach
I
you.
love you. She's like, we looked
We
good
did,
together.
Alison. We were, you know.
That's how I feel about me and Dermot. I feel
Beautiful.
like we look good together.
I agree. And your makeup is gorgeous.
Ain't it?
We have to talk Drag Race UK versus the World returns for season 2. Tell us a little bit about it.
So UK versus the World is different to just RuPaul's Drag Race UK, obviously, because we get to see our UK girls battle it out against girls not only from America, but from around the world. And it is dynamic because everybody in every region does drag differently. Brummie drag is different than Manchester drag, and so on and so forth. So it's really great to see their interpretation and the way they do drag on the main stage, battling it out.
And how different is drag in the States to over here? Like, we have a history over here of it being quite a mainstream thing in many ways, because we all grew up with a version, whether it's Danny LaRue or whoever. It's been very much kind of in our street. Yeah?
Very well.
So how is it different in the States to over here?
It's all different, like I said, wherever you go. So it is different in the States. I think the States really go for an aesthetic, and I think the UK has a lot of heart. It does come from
a lot of humour as well.
So much humour. Australia's the same way. I think that we have our roots in the States as well, so I think it's just, the best way to say it is it's just different.
Yeah.
And you have to judge for what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever
so
the brief
interesting,
is.
though.
Yeah, it is.
History behind us, brilliant.
So much history.
13 years you've been a judge. Did you ever think at the beginning that it was going to be so successful?
No. When you go into something, you pray, you hope. Nobody knows that we're, season 16 is airing in America. You don't know when you go into something. And it really did start as the little engine that could. It was a little gay TV show and a little gay channel that not everybody had on their cable television. And it just grew very
When was
slowly.
the moment? Like, was there a moment where you just went, actually, this is, like, it's kind of out of control now?
Do you know, when I did Celebrity Big Brother back in, I think that was 2015, the reason I did it was to get a UK version made. That was the only reason. I didn't have any fake tan to sell. I didn't have a calendar, didn't have a book. It was just me trying to get that show made. And it took like 4 years from that for people to take it seriously. But I knew going in that it needed to be done because I saw the fan base who would watch it, maybe not legally. I don't know. I'm just going to put that out there. And I saw the love and the passion for this show. So it was kind of around that point that I went, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
This really is different. And it brings love to so many people.
Best of luck at the Palladium as well.
Thank you.
What a place to be doing it. The Addams Family Musical. Tickets are available to book online. There are 3 shows across Monday, the 12th, Tuesday, 13th of February, 2022.
Thank you. We're looking forward to this.
Good luck, Michelle.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
Farrell, who plays Edison George, Victoria Wicks, who plays Newsreader Sally, and Neil Pearson, who plays Deputy Sub Dave. Welcome to this morning's show. So good to see you all.
Good to be here.
How does it feel watching those back?
Who were those children? Who were they? Short trousers.
I mean, you were even having a chuckle there watching it back.
But I haven't seen that for 30 years or something. Yeah.
I mean,
It
such
made
an
me laugh.
iconic show.
Yes.
Does it feel exciting to all be back together again after quite a long time?
It is. I mean, we've been together for 30 years now. We go to see each other's shows. We were on Zoom together during COVID. I mean, it's a tight-knit group and has been ever since we made the first show. But to work together again on something that was such a happy ship is it's a joy.
How did the reunion tour come about? How did the writers start, you know, what was it?
I think they were possibly approached to do something else that they'd written, and they weren't quite sure about it. They thought, but actually, to have a go at Drop the Dead Donkey would be interesting in the current climate with news stations springing up all over.
Yeah.
That it could be done. There was a way of doing it, and interestingly, people who have not seen the show before didn't. My daughter's 18; she'd never seen it, but she got it completely, and a lot of people said that it's brilliant the way the writers have made it happen for this same group of people, and to make it believable that they are now in this new enterprise.
It's quite hard to sort of explain. And like, firstly, it was sort of an era of kind of 4 channels, and Channel 4 at the time was kind of, you know, so kind of revolutionary. And you guys, like, it was almost like you and Spitting Image was kind of the only shows that really did that kind of satire.
Yes.
But you were also invested in the characters as well.
That's right. And it was a situation where the characters were allowed, they would have made those kind of jokes, whereas normal topical news shows, it's comedians telling stuff, whereas these were real people, and you got the impression that you were watching something that was happening here and now.
Is that what happened with the show? So because you were reacting to what was going on as well, weren't you?
Yeah, we started each week with a 22-minute script for a 28-minute show.
Okay.
And through the rehearsals, we would add what we called TTs, tentative topicals, through the week, stuff we thought would run until our transmission date. And we refined that through the week. We recorded that the day before we went out. And on the day, we cut the show together, and 2 of us always went in to do a voiceover to mop up any story that had broken since we recorded the night before.
Praying nothing happened.
Slightly scary. If it was a very heavy topical week, then an awful lot of us would have been using clipboards just to make sure we got the lines sorted, or Post-it notes on someone's forehead, just so that we could get the lines out.
And have you been able to bring that to the stage show as well?
Yes, the writers, even now as we speak, are writing the topicals for tomorrow night. So when we go to Sheffield, as we are next on this long tour, the writers will be updating throughout the week, so that if something huge happens, they'll call us and say, "Look in your inbox."
Yeah, no rest of the
Say
bookage.
it.
Yeah, Victoria, your character was so wonderful. She was so sort of prim. She was a diva, but at the same time, you know, you were playing alongside David Swift, who was just, you know, you had every reason to be a diva next to David Swift. So, I mean, would it be wonderful playing her again?
Oh, it's absolute joy. I mean, I have to warn people, Sally's views haven't softened.
Got harder and harder.
Right. You know, it's just such a treat.
Yeah.
I can't believe how lucky I feel, you know.
And a word about David Swift and Hayden Glenn as well. I mean, we had Hayden on the sofa just before she passed. I mean, 2 wonderful comic actors. And in a strange way, it must be nice paying tribute to them being out on the road.
Yes, it is, and we do. It's really sad that Hayden couldn't make it. And I mean, you do feel the loss of someone like David. He had such gravitas. And he was like in an orchestra. He was the bass note of the. He had that particular voice that's.
They're in the curtain call with us.
Yeah.
Yes, they're in the curtain call.
It's a sitcom. It's really... I was just looking at the dates it ran. 1990 to 98. To be doing satire at that time it must have been really exciting, because you went through kind of like the end of Thatcher, and then Blair got elected in 97. So you had this great run, really, of world events that was happening, end of the Cold War and stuff. Must have been quite an exciting time to be doing.
It was an exciting time. And I remember in Gus's office, we changed Margaret Thatcher out for Tony Blair. I remember the picture. Gus changed the picture behind him in the office. So it's...
But there's never a dull time to be
I was going to say, like fake news, social media, 22 prime ministers that we've had recently.
Wouldn't that have been fun if you'd been on that?
But it's unnerving for us, because there will always be big stories to cover. And if you're coming to the show on a Thursday, and on Thursday morning, I don't know, Trump goes to prison, then you're going to want to know what we say about that story that night.
Yes.
And as Jeff said, you know, my first lines tomorrow haven't been written yet. I have no idea.
How exciting.
For you, maybe. For you, maybe.
that nerve-wracking, or are you just chilled about that?
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, it's a very good corrective against any form of complacency.
Yes.
On this show.
Yes.
You know, we have to be completely concentrated all the time. Because even if you're not directly involved in them, you'll have people around you saying different stuff.
Which is kind of the antithesis of everything you're trained for in theatre, right?
No,
So
that's stand-up comic. That's not
It's quite throwing because I think there are 16 scenes or something in the show, and you think you know where you are, what comes next.
Yeah.
Because often they're similar in the sense that you're sitting in the same place and it can throw you because someone else says something different. You go, oh no, that's this is where I get this piece of paper out, and I know I do that.
Yeah.
And you lose all those clues.
Right.
So you've got no marker points on.
It keeps you on your toes, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it really does. Well,
you stabbed Daniel Craig very.
yes. Well, not in real life.
Someone.
That was his first.
Yeah.
Look at him. It's his first role. Amazing.
Look at him there.
Look at that.
Darling, how are you, sweetheart?
Dad, you've got
Brilliant.
a toasting fork stuck in his neck.
Yes, and it feels
Wonderful.
So good.
You were there when it started.
He told him everything.
Listen, Drop
Thank
the Dead
you, guys.
Donkey, The Reawakening, is on tour now until the 22nd of June. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And KSI and Vic join us now. Thank you so much
Morning,
for coming
guys.
in today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Let's rewind the clock way back and talk about how this first started. Because, oh my goodness, you guys, like we said, you're mega superstars now. How did it start?
What do you want to...
Yeah, it was the simplest of beginnings. Most of us were at school. We'd upload clips of us messing around, having fun onto YouTube. You couldn't even monetize your content. We were doing it for a laugh. We got to know each other through social media, Twitter. Advertisers started coming in, and every year we just strive to make it a bigger platform, and here we are today.
So when the Sidemen kind of got together, was that like a concerted, the seven of you, whatever, sat around and went, actually, we should work together here and do this? Or did it just happen more naturally and organically?
It was definitely just quite a natural thing. And then we all just thought, you know what? We're enjoying this. It's a bit of fun. Why don't we just become a group and then just see what happens?
I'd say almost the fans made it a group. We just made videos together playing Grand Theft Auto originally, and we genuinely really got on. And then our fans kind of branded us as a group. They're like, I love it when the Sidemen play games together, because that was the name of our online crew. And then they made it into a brand, and we were like, oh, OK, I guess we're the Sidemen now. So
well, it used to be called the Ultimate Sidemen. But we're going to the Ultimate because it was a little cringe.
Sidemen's so much cooler.
Yeah.
Someone could have told me I could make money from playing GTA. Man, I would say I'm in the wrong game, but I'm pretty happy in the game I'm in. But
I wish someone had told us, because our parents were like, what are you doing? Why are you sat in your rooms on your computers all day?
Your parents still shake their heads and go, when are you going to get a real job?
Oh, so true. I remember when GTA was the only GTA I ever played, because before the other GTAs, my mum and dad would just say, no, you're not allowed. So it was just cool to actually, make money from that game as well.
Grand Theft Auto, it's an immersive game.
Yeah.
I guess kind of was controversial, back in the day and so forth. But, and so what age were you when you first started getting into that?
I'd say around 15, 16 was when I started to really get going. How old were you?
Yeah, I was 14 when I started making videos, so I had no idea what I was doing. And that's, I think, the fun of it. I think also we all started doing it purely as a hobby.
Yeah.
So for us, it was never a career choice. There was never an aim to get a certain number of subscribers or viewers.
Well, there was literally no money
in
it. There was no advertisers. It was just people just posting videos for the fun of it. And we'd go in forums to, talk about each other's videos or on Twitter, etc. Or X, as it's called.
Yeah. And you've now gone on to make this Netflix documentary. I mean, that is surely a bit of a pinch me moment. I mean, how was it filming that and putting all of that together?
Well, I don't think we thought it was going to go on Netflix. Yeah. if we're being honest, we thought we were going to just post it on YouTube as another Sidemen Sunday video.
We thought it would be fun to, again, we like to challenge ourselves. It's what we've always done throughout the content. And I think that's what's allowed us to continue doing what we do. 10 years later, we've never sat in one area and said, OK, this is what we're doing for the next few years. It's like every year
we try something new, whether it's a new form of content, whether it's building a bigger production team, running a bigger charity event, and then launching our own subscription platform.
Yeah.
And then the new thing was, OK, we've got all of this archive of footage. We've got tens of thousands of videos uploaded throughout our whole career. Let's sit down together, discuss everything, put together the best pieces, and try and tell the story to people that haven't watched us for years and years online.
And also, I guess, trying to explain to a lot of people that don't really understand it, what it is. I mean, where you've come from. I mean, this guy's taken over my life. I'm sorry. I'm sat at Arsenal and I'm drinking his drink. then I'm watching him beat up one of them pool guys, cheering for him. How's that happened? It's like stealth. But I think there is an important point here, which is, and you guys have done it so well, which is to talk about mental health. And also, it's almost like a boy band parable, because, you know, you become famous not really knowing, and you'd know this better than anyone, right? Not really knowing what you're wishing for, but then it comes, you know, well, hang on, this isn't what I expected. So it's dealing with that kind of level of fame, which I know sounds indulgent, but it isn't. That's your reality.
Yeah. I'd say, especially with the whole mental health thing, with just how social media is in general, it can be quite hard to tackle. But it's definitely something that, you know, we as boys talk about a lot. You know, even in the chat, when someone's feeling a type of way, we just message them, you know, whether it's privately or in the group.
But, you know, for young men, I think that's so important. You know, my son's 3.5, and I'm looking at the world he's going to grow up in, and it's good for me to see that, you know, he can have role models that are talking about that stuff. Because if you don't talk about stuff, the vacuum becomes someone like an Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? So, you know, you need young men to engage in their own mental health.
Well, it used to be, like, a major stigma where, especially a lot of guys would just not want to talk about mental health. Whereas now it's just, well, I feel like we're definitely, you know, at the forefront of being able to let everyone just be themselves and talk about
And I think with the documentary, it gives us a new format, whereas we often try with our YouTube content to be an escape. We're always doing big, exciting things, having fun, laughing, cracking jokes, and our YouTube channel doesn't feel the right place for us to really tackle serious topics. So doing it in the documentary format to a different audience, we felt was a really important way to, you know, share with our audience some of the things that go on behind the cameras, behind all the fun and running around and travelling. There's the organisation, there's the response to how we act. And that, was a great thing to do in the doc.
I mean, it's so good that you guys are doing that. And what's next for you guys? You're just unstoppable.
Good question.
We're going to get Vicky in the ring. He's going to be in the middle.
Have you got any ideas?
I'll give you a few ideas.
I actually need a few video ideas for Sundays.
I'd say that's kind of the fun of the Sidemen, is we never know. We do every year to year, and we kind of just react to what's happening, and we've built a really great team around us, people that can react fast. Our videos sometimes aren't planned until 2 days before we film them. We've got a new video every week, different type of content. But I think our plan for this year, I'm going to give a little teaser of something.
Go on.
We've managed to run some really great charity football matches in the past. We sold out London Stadium last year. 62,000, I think, in attendance. We raised, I think, over 2 million. Over £2 million pounds for some great causes. One of those causes was Calm, the campaign against living miserably, who really help people with their mental health. And this year we thought maybe we'll try some different charity events. So maybe not football, maybe something different. So that's an exclusive little look into what we're working on back at the HQ.
The Sidemen Story documentary launches Wednesday, the 14th of February. Romantic. On Netflix.
Netflix and Sidemen.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
We watched him battle bush tucker trials and get covered in critters and the Armist Leg jungle. But Fred Styriax is back to the day job. Matchmaking and food, and Singleton's looking for love.
Yeah, before we chat to him, though, let's take a look back at the latest series of First Dates.
This is 20.
Brad Pitt? Yeah. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm good. Do you know what I did earlier? My, wisdom tooth's coming through and I put, numbing cream on it and I spilt it and it's gone all on my tongue, so now I'm, half lisping.
So what's the ideal scenario for your date?
Well, obviously, we go on a second date and then a third date and then 3 years later, get a golden retriever, live happily ever after, sorted.
No, with the All Stones. Yeah. And Fred joins us now, mid-conversation.
It's because we're so excited about the new show.
10 years of First Dates, man. Could you have imagined?
I couldn't have believed it. I mean,
10 years on, you know, and here we are, we're in Bath, you know, and this was, you know, when I arrived in Bath, something happened and there was so much energy. I mean, the vibe was incredible.
Great city, isn't it, Bath?
It's beautiful because, you know, it's an historic city.
Yeah.
It's dates back from the Romans, you know, it's full of stones, you know, there's a lot of pedestrian area. So you can just walk and you can hear people have conversations. And so I think there is something in the air there. It feels very villagey, it's very English, it's very beautiful. And I think that the beauty has a lot to do with the success of the series. And then we have an amazing restaurant, because we're a roaming restaurant, you know, this is the 4th restaurant that we are operating in. But this one was, I think, by far the best because of, you know, it's 250 years old, it's quite quirky, and it's a very interesting layout. I mean, look at the bar, how beautiful it is. And everybody was really excited, from the production team, from all of us on the floor, from the researchers, and the daters, I think, felt it. And I was thinking, you know, is it my mind playing trick to myself, you know, and me wanting to believe the narrative that because it's 10 years, it's better than ever. And I was just doubting myself. Anyway, to cut a long story short, you know, this is the series where we've had the most yeses in 10 years.
Oh, that's nice.
So I think it just says a long story, you know. Yeah.
I think it's to do with the producers, though, because they really do go into in-depth research on each person, don't they? So that's the reason why I think it hits every single time and why they do get those great matches.
I think that, you know, First Date is a big operation. So at the heart of it, of course, you got the daters, and it's about matching them to perfection. Then it's the location, I think, is very important, because this is all these subliminal messages that you don't realise, but they enter your brain and they impact on the way you think. You know, it's like you go to a restaurant and somebody welcome you at the door and you think it's a great welcome and you think, yeah, that's great. And then you go to the next stage of your meal and as you progress and everything is good, you think it's fantastic. But if you had something bad to start with, you know what the saying, if you look for trouble, you will find trouble. And actually, you never found trouble. So people just were ready for love. And remember also on First Dates, a lot of people come to the restaurant because for them, they feel we are the last chance saloon. They've tried everything. And so we have a real responsibility to make sure that it works and it's a memory for them and it's so special. And that's why we've had so many yeses.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's
Isn't
such
it
a lovely
funny
show.
that you said it's like, you're basically you're the travelling Wilburys, aren't you? You go somewhere different with all your crew, with all, I guess the same chefs come back and stuff, like to...
No, I mean, it's a different restaurant, so different chef. I mean,
chef.
The team that stays is the front of our team.
Yeah.
It's Merlin, it's Cici, it's Francesca. We've had a few more people joining the team. You know, in the restaurant industry, that's what happened. People come and go. So we have a new team, fantastic guys. And, yeah, I think that's the reason why we had such a successful series.
And Merlin is back with
Merlin, you know, I love Merlin, and I think for me he's such an inspiration, such an example of stoicism in the face of adversity, you know, his philosophy. And, you know, throughout, I mean, he's had cancer. It's a very serious disease, you know, situation that he's in. And he's just taken it in his stride. It's just, I'm so inspired by him. He's just incredible.
Everyone loves him. He's like the staple of First Dates, isn't he?
And he's such
really
a pro, you know, as a bartender. We come from the same mold in terms of our training, our professional training in restaurants. So we're very old school in our approach. And that's why it works so well, because we've got the same idea, the same vision on how the restaurant should be run, and it's just a perfect partnership.
We saw one of the winners of Traitors earlier on.
I know.
I can't believe it. And does he just go and... Is it like a celebrity version, or does he just join the everyday
He fancied
First
a date, and this is what we do, so they come in and...
So did it go well? Are you allowed to tell us?
Can't tell you,
You
because
can't
the
tell us
episode
if
is
they
soon.
match.
I
Oh,
can't
it's
tell
exciting.
you.
I hope they get together.
And he was on his A game.
Was he?
All we know is he's a faithful anyway, so I reckon it's going to be a good story.
Fred, Valentine's Day is coming up. I always think people took far too much stock in Valentine's Day and put too much pressure on
Should be every day, shouldn't it?
Well, kind of, but also it's the smaller things, I think, about Valentine's. You don't need to have big, grandiose gestures. But what's your...
It's exactly the way I think. It's about the small thing. It's not about how much money you spend or where you go. It's the thought that counts. That's what people say, but it's so true. You know, and you know, it's simple, for example, going for a walk maybe, you know, the anticipation, maybe a bit of chocolate or, you know, a bit of rose petal in the bath, you know, I mean... Us bloke, we don't think about that, you know, but girls, they really love, you know, a little bit of
We
petrol
love
in
all
the...
that.
They
We love all that.
And
Is that what you do for your partner? What would you do, like, on a nice Valentine's Day? Come on, give me the lowdown. I want to be, like, in there.
Well, I can't tell you because everybody will know what's going to happen.
Would you do the rose petals, though, and stuff like that?
Yeah, of course.
I love that.
I mean, for me, I think it's the anticipation, it's the thought, it's about also thinking about what this person likes, you know, but it's the time that we're going to spend together that's important, and to make so that fruitcake knows that I'm thinking about it and I'm only thinking about it, and that's what's important, I think.
It's also easy to think about what's going to make someone comfortable rather than take someone out of the comfort zone. You know, making sure you probably indulge someone. You know what someone loves, so making sure you indulge it.
But it is the little things. I
think
agree.
it's easy to make people feel good.
Yeah.
You know, and you just have to the thought, the smile, just a little gesture, and it starts from the day before. It starts in the morning when you wake up, and it should be a full day of celebrations.
I think being present is the new thing as well. So many people are in their phones, watching the phones and everything, not present in the moment, are they?
Yeah, and that's why, distance relationship are very difficult because proximity and being close to somebody physically is very important. But as you say, you could be very close physically, but then you're on your phone and therefore you're very far away. So, yeah, it's thinking about those very simple basics there, which I think everybody can do. And in a world that we're living today, for example, with the cost of living crisis and all this, when not everybody maybe can afford to go out, but you don't need to go out to a fancy restaurant and spend hundreds of pounds. Yeah. You can do it at home. You can cook a very nice meal on a budget that's delicious, but you can be physically and mentally present there. And you can hold hands and you can kiss and you can talk and you can connect, because it's very easy even though you're together as a couple, to disconnect and to just slide very slowly but surely to a point where suddenly you're like, oh, what are we doing here? It's important to keep it in the right direction, and that is something that you can only do by being together and by talking, by assessing where we each are. And it's, you never won. You always have to work at it.
Yeah.
Hey, Fred, earlier we did our little news review and we talked about apparently couples now living in separate bedrooms. What's your opinion about this?
Well, funny you say that, because I snore, apparently.
Do you?
No. Apparently. Although the other day I recorded Fruitcake snoring and I played it to her and it was very loud, so it was 1-1, right? But sometimes I snore and she goes next door. And then we play kind of bedroom ping pong, so she goes next door and she comes back and then she goes again. But I find that when she goes away, I tend to just go like this on the bed, and I go sideways.
Spread.
No, I spread and she comes back and then she kicks me and I think, I prefer when you were there, because
Honestly, we are so excited about this show, we really are. But I've got to ask, first of all, you're looking absolutely great. Is this from I'm a Celebrity? You look so good at the moment.
Thank you. The funny thing, when I meet people in the street, they say, Fred, you look so skinny, you've lost so much weight. This is the heaviest I've been in my life.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm 79, 80 kilos. I'm really heavy now, for my weight.
So do you think it's from being in the jungle and then you come back and stuffed your face?
Yeah, because I came back and I overindulged. I mean, after a month...
Who wouldn't?
You're in the jungle.
Time.
I had my first coffee and it just went straight in my head. I was buzzing.
When are you going to come and cook for us on the show? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think a couple of weeks, 3 weeks,
Are you?
3 weeks. Yeah, I'll come and I've got a really nice recipe, something that everybody's got in their cupboard, very easy to do, 15 minutes tops, and you've got a delicious meal.
Good
We're
news.
in. Thanks, Fred. First Dates continues at 10 o'clock, Channel 4 on Tuesday. First Dates Be My Valentine the following Tuesday. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you, guys.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much, Fred.